Hi, welcome to yet another video by Climatrix Data Labs. We're going to talk about Python strings this time and take you through. We will talk about slicing in strings, how to modify a string, concatenation, and formatting a string, and few other things. So before we get into the coding part of it, let's first try to understand the construct of a string and the various features of a string. So a string, if I say x is ABC within quotation marks, so ABC becomes a string. But if I say x is equal to a, which is single character, that also is a string in Python. Strings are immutable in nature in Python, so which means you cannot change the construct of a string. We'll show it to you with an example shortly in the code. We use square brackets to access elements of a string, which is also known as slicing. So we slice using square brackets. In Python, strings can be surrounded with single quote or double quotation marks, and strings can also be assigned to a variable. So for example, a is equal to hello. So a is a variable, and since Python is dynamically typed, it automatically understands that this is a string variable. So to understand string, we need to understand few things about the construct of string in Python. So let's take an example where we construct a string x is equal to a, b, c, d, e. So in Python, the string is in Python, the string gets an index position against each character. So in this case, the character a is at position 1 or the first position, it gets the index 0. Position 2 gets index 1, position 3 gets index 2, so on and so forth. So since position starts from 1 and all the way 2, 3, 4, 5, an index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the index position is always 1 less than the actual position. So that's one thing that you should note. And finally, if I have to extract or slice a character from the string, for example, if I have to take out this a, so what I'll do is I'll write the string name followed by the square bracket to slice this string x and then pass the position, so index position. So if I say x square bracket 0, which means string at index position 0, which is a, and likewise if I say x square bracket 4, which means string at the character at index position 4, which is e. Let's go to the coding window now. So the string is x is equal to a, b, c, d, e, and if to understand the concept of string immutability, let's say x0 is equal to z. Like I said, x at 0th position now is z. So if I try to do it like this, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to change the character at the 0th index position, and this is not possible. That's why I'm getting this error, because strings are immutable. Now, slicing in string, which we said is done by square bracket. So if I'm trying to slice a single character, I pass a single index position. But if I want to, let's say, extract 2 or 3 characters from the string, or maybe a string from a string, so what I'll do is I'll pass the starting position, the ending position, right, and the steps. So basically, in this example, let's say if I'm saying 1:5, or let me just make it 1:4. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. So starts from 0th position. So for the first position, which means first, second, third, fourth, and it excludes the fourth one, so goes one less. And then this 2 is the step. So basically, by default, if I don't specify anything like this, so the default step is 1. So this is as good as writing like this, right? So this is by default, the step is 1. Step means when I go from 1 till 4, how many steps do I take? So here I'm saying default because I'm not passing any step. So it means the default step is 1. So when I say first, so it goes to second, third, all the way to fourth, excluding fourth. So I'm taking a step of 1 each time. But if I had taken a step of 2, so it will go from here and then take a step of 2. So basically after B, it will go to D. And then there are no more steps because it's taking a step to take of 2 that I'm already at the end. So it will just give me B and D. So this is how slicing works. And if I can also use negative index here, I will just talk about negative index. and also a few more things around it, right? So let's also discuss the negative index first, and then we go into further coding. So for that, let me just give you let's take an example of this diagram. This time I'm using negative index, same string A, B, C, D, E. But if you see, negative index starts from -1 from the very last string character, and then goes -2, -3, -4, -5, right? So like to slice a specific element, I can say x -5 or x -1 for the last element, and then the usual stuff about slicing. So let's go to the coding window. So if I say if I have the string A, B, C, D, E, and if I say print x -1, so obviously it will give me the last character, which is E in this case, because I'm saying -1, right? So last character. If I say if I use a string A, B, C, D again, but this time passing in Y, and if I say print y and like this. So let's try to understand what's happening here. So what happens here is since generally we do it like this, so we specify the starting index position and the ending index position and then the steps. But in this case, if I don't specify start and end, so it takes from the very start, goes all the way till the end, and I'm passing the step of -1. So what it does is it goes from last, and -1 means take a step towards the left like this. So it essentially reverses the string. So very useful uh, feature of slicing in Python strings. So I'm reversing the string using just this small piece of code. Just to understand slicing in detail, so same example, if I say print x1 colon 4, so it starts from the first index position or the second character and goes all the way till fourth but excludes fourth, right? So in this case, if x was a, b, c, d, e, so the output of this would be b, c, d, because uh, zero position, first is b, and then all the way to second, third, fourth, but excluding fourth. So b, c, d is what I get. If I say 2 and colon 2 and just colon and keeping the end open. So this time I start from the second position, which is 0, 1, 2, second index position C, and go all the way up till the end C, D, and E. That's why I get C, D, E. And likewise, if I say colon open position, open start position, and colon 4, so starts from the beginning, goes till 4, but excluding the fourth index position. So starts from the beginning A, B, C, D, and E is 4, so excluding the 4, so I get only A, B, C, D. Next is membership operator in Python. So membership, as the name suggests, tells whether a string or a character is part or member of a string or not, right? So in this case, if I say C in ABCD, so it checks whether C is part of ABCD. Since it is, it gives me true over here. Likewise, if I say X in ABCD, so X is not part of ABCD, so I get a false over here, right? It's very handy for checking a string within a string.